Thank you for joining me. In this video, I want to talk about the very first few steps you should take once you've taken the Clifton Strengths, also known as the Gallup StrengthsFinder Assessment. Whether this is the first time you're taking the assessment, maybe you're retaking the test, or maybe it's been a few years since you've taken it, since you've even looked at your results, this might be a good opportunity to refresh and really refocus. I encounter and have heard about so many people that they've had to take the assessment as either part of something they have to do for school or for work, or maybe as an activity as part of a group that they're in. They take the test, they look at their results, and that's it. Nothing else happens. Now, if you're taking the assessment as part of a group, ideally that group is providing you some sort of context, whether it be in the form of tools, activities, maybe some sort of training to help you connect your results to your everyday life. Now, I know that's not always the case, so let's go ahead and talk about first steps that you can take once you get your Clifton Strengths results. Number 1, study your reports. Don't just read them, devour them. Now, I don't know if you have your top 5, your top 10, or your full 34 results. Each option provides different types of information. But if you look at your insight guide, or if you look at the insight statements in the fuller guides, each one of those statements are unique to you based on how you answered all of the questions in the assessment. So for example, take 2 people who have significance in their top talent themes. Both of those people are going to have different insight statements. Those insight statements take into consideration how their other results mix with significance and therefore influence how significance shows up for each of them. Significance doesn't look the same in everybody. There are going to be some differences in how it shows up for each person depending on what their other talent theme mix is. So take in as much information as you can about yourself. These reports are all about you. Sometimes an outside source can reveal terms, phrases, observations that you would have never realized about yourself. So go over your reports in details. Circle terms and phrases that resonate with you. Underline statements that maybe you're not sure about, and you can take them and talk them through with somebody else. Go ahead and highlight items that you really want to keep in your mind, really remember about yourself. Whatever your system is, mark up these reports. Number 2, keep your results top of mind. Clifton Strengths isn't a one and done type of activity. It's a powerful and insightful tool, but it does nothing if you toss your reports off to the side. If it's out of sight, it's going to be out of mind. Create something that's going to keep your top 5 or your top 10 results top of mind. Go ahead and make them the lock screen on your device, whether it's your phone or your tablet. Add them as the wallpaper on your laptop. Maybe you have them listed on a post-it note in an area where you're going to see them often. Or maybe you have a card in your wallet and you see it every time you open your wallet. A lot of times I have clients or students create an index card. They're actually using their creativity and listing their top results on a card where they can post it in a place where they're going to see it often. Ultimately, what you're looking for is a visual reminder to have you remember to keep referring back to your Clifton Strengths results. Number 3, learn about Clifton Strengths and what you can do with your results. As I mentioned earlier, if you took the test as part of school, work, or some sort of group activity, hopefully they gave you some sort of resources and training. But even if they didn't, there are so many resources out there that you can take it upon yourself on your own to go further. Learn more, take a class, work with somebody to deepen your understanding of Clifton Strengths and what your results really mean. It's not a light tool, so you're really going to want to understand your results, what you can do with them, and how to use them. And everybody learns differently. Some folks really like to read and study and spend time pondering their thoughts. Others like audio or video. Others like me prefer interacting with others to really let the concepts soak in. The more engaged you are in your learning in your own style, the more you're gonna get out of this. To get you started, I invite you back to my YouTube channel where I have a variety of introductory videos, and that library will continue to grow over time. For starters, I recommend these two videos on what is Clifton Strengths and the 6 most common mistakes that people make about Clifton Strengths. If you decide that you're ready to commit to really exploring your Clifton Strengths results, understand how they're impacting you, and you want to learn how to intentionally direct your talents and strengths, I invite you back to my website. There you'll see more of what I do, including options to work with me directly, or you can take my independent online course which breaks down each of these concepts. You can incrementally build your Clifton Strengths knowledge and learn strategies and how to use them. I'll put links to all of this information in the description below. Number 4, repetition. The key to really learning anything well and being able to apply it is repetition. Think about it. You didn't read about walking or riding a bike or swimming and then have it mastered. There's a difference between knowing about something and really understanding it and knowing how to use it. Anything that you've mastered in life took time, commitment, and practice. Your results are all about you, so learning how to use them is certainly worth the time and effort. It's not enough to read your reports and keep your results top of mind. You really need to internalize your results and understand how they're showing up and impacting you throughout your day. So as you go about your day, what connections can you make back to your results? Think about the people in your life. How do you interact with them? What do you talk about? What about how you go about doing your work? Are you focused on the end result? The process in which it's getting done, the strategy in doing the work, where the work is leading, or who's being impacted by the work being done? Each of these thoughts is about getting work done, but the thought process behind each of them is very different. What about your decisions? Was the criteria you used for your decisions today impacted by your Clifton Strengths results? Think about the people you disagreed with or judged today. Is it possible that they're looking at the same activities, events, or tasks through different Clifton Strengths talent themes or different Clifton Strengths results? There are so many different angles to look at. Get in the habit of looking at what you do, why you do it in the way that you do it. Start understanding the patterns of how your Clifton Strengths results are impacting your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. Number 5, focus on what and how you contribute. Since we're keeping this list to the first few things you should do after you get your results, I'll end with simply telling you to focus on what you bring to the table. Meaning, how do you contribute to the people, places, and events in your life? Do you bring calm? Do you inspire confidence? Do you promote growth? Do you ensure order? Or do you roll up your sleeves and help get things done? See, most people are focused on what they lack, what they perceive their weaknesses are, or where they think they're not enough. But the first priority is who you are. What tools do you bring? How can you make a difference? Your top 5 results identify you as 1 in 33.4 million. And that doesn't even take into account your unique interests, your desires, your experiences, and your beliefs. No one else sees the world the way that you do. Understanding where your unique edge is and being able to intentionally direct that is where your power lies. Let this tool help you discover and identify what that edge is. Am I saying to ignore your weaknesses and blind spots? No, but they're not the priority, and they can be managed as you get further down your Clifton Strengths journey. This video focuses on first steps, and you have plenty to focus on for now. I want to thank you for joining me in this video. I invite you back to my channel for more videos on Clifton Strengths topics. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.